Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So welcome to all of you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. So,
Yes, Prabhu.
I think most of the devotees know you. So, I thought of having quick introduction here.
1 second, just give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Just
please.
1 second. Let me
Please.
put this and I can hear.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Tell me, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, I was thinking that just give a quick introduction here before we begin your discussion. So, we're very fortunate to have His Grace Venugopal Prabhu, and the context of this session is that Prabhu been coming to AECS layout or ISKCON Whitefield rather for teaching as an instructor for Bhakti Vaibhav. And in the due course of time, Prabhu spoke about this transcendental diagram, and all the participants and we were excited to go through the transcendental diagram. So in the first phase, Prabhu shared the diagram with us, and we thought that it would be good that Prabhu teaches again. He has done this multiple times, I think, courses, but for specifically for ISKCON Whitefield, we requested Prabhu to do that, and he kindly agreed for that. And that is where today we are here along with ISKCON Whitefield and AECS devotees here to hear from His Grace Venugopal Prabhu about the transcendental diagram. And this transcendental diagram is a result of his many years of very systematic, sincere study of Bhagavatam and Bhakti Sandarbha. He's a PhD from Bhakti Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami's Bhakti Sandarbhas. And so that is the summary, what he has done, all tapascharya, and he has put into 78 pages, this transcendental diagram with all of us. So I from bottom of my heart, I thank Prabhu for accepting our request. And we are excited to hear from you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam, Prabhu. Thank you very much for all of the participants. This transcendental diagram, actually, why this name is given? Because it is explaining about how to transcend actually from the material modes to spirituality. So that's why this name is. This diagram shows what are the different ways to transcend from the modes to to absolute truth, how to approach absolute truth. So that is being explained in this diagram. So that's why this diagram is known as a transcendental diagram. And today we'll be starting this transcendental diagram from the beginning. And also it is shared actually with all of you. You can see in your groups, this file is shared, transcendental diagram file. You can all see. So this course especially is based on Sandarbhas. Sandarbhas are nothing but summary of all the, that means Bhagavad. Shat Sandarbhas are also known as Bhagavad Sandarbha. And Bhagavatam is the highest scripture. We all know Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest scripture. That means it is having the highest authority to speak about the truth. So in front of Bhagavatam, everyone is nothing. Everyone else. That means other pramanas, whatever the other books are there, they might be speaking something about absolute truth, but who is having the highest voice? Who is having the highest strength? Bhagavad is having the highest strength. Whatever Bhagavatam says, that is ultimate. So on that Bhagavatam, so to make us to understand Bhagavatam, Sandarbhas were written. Sandarbha means it's like a guidebook. Definition of Sandarbha is like this. Gudardhasya prakashascha sarokti sreshtatha tatha nanardhavatvam vedyatvam sandarbha katyate budai. So Sandarbha, what it does? Gudardhasya prakashascha. The main book, whatever is there. So in that main book's secret meanings, it will reveal this Sandarbha. Means one main book will be there, on that Sandarbha will be compiled or is made. Guidebook, like guidebook. Like in our school days also we were having textbooks and guidebooks. Sandarbha is like a guidebook on textbook. Here textbook is Bhagavatam and Shat Sandarbhas is a guide, is a Sandarbha. The Sandarbhas, what they do? Gudardhasya prakashascha. Srimad Bhagavatam's Gudartha, secret meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam is revealed actually through this Shat Sandarbhas. Nanardhavatvam vedyatvam Gudardhasya prakasarokti sreshtatha tata. Also, these Shat Sandarbhas are showing to us the secret meaning or essential meanings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Next, Nanardhavatvam. Srimad Bhagavatam is having multiple meanings. That means it is establishing multiple meanings. So that is being said here in this Sandarbha book. Next. So these Shat Sandarbhas are also known as Bhagavata Sandarbha because these Shat Sandarbhas are nothing but Sandarbha on what? Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why it is also known as what? Shat Sandarbhas are also known as Bhagavad Sandarbha. So in that Bhagavad Sandarbha, so that means 6 books are known together, Bhagavad Sandarbha. In these Bhagavad Sandarbhas, so first 4 Sandarbhas are telling about whatever the subject matter is there. in Srimad Bhagavatam that is being discussed. That means, what is the subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam? Subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam is nothing but Krishna. So that's why 4 sandarbhas are describing about Krishna. 4 sandarbhas are telling about Krishna. So these 4 sandarbhas are describing Krishna. Is there any need to tell further? Actually, there is no need. These 4 sandarbhas are telling about Krishna like what? They are telling like Krishna is also realized as Brahman. Krishna is also realized as Paramatma. Krishna is also realized as Krishna. Brahmeti Paramatmeti Bhagavan iti shabdate. So Krishna, same, he is a Bhagavan actually. He is having all the potencies. That Bhagavan Sri Krishna. He is also, some people realize him as Brahman and some are realizing him as Paramatma. Only this many ways one can realize. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So actually Tattva Sandarbha, first book among the 4 Sandarbhas, first 4 Sandarbhas, Tattva Sandarbha, it is discussing about Srimad Bhagavatam is the highest book or highest pramana. So no one is superior to him. He only the ultimate authority about speaking absolute truth. Such a thing is being explained in Tattva Sandarbha. Then after that Srimad Bhagavatam's subject matter is Krishna is said in the second part of that book. That's a Prameya Khanda. Then after that in Bhagavad Sandarbha, second Sandarbha is Bhagavad Sandarbha. There we see the discussion of Brahman feature and Bhagavan feature of absolute truth. And third Sandarbha is Paramatma Sandarbha. Paramatma feature is being discussed. In fourth book, so Krishna is established as the ultimate Bhagavan. And he is the ultimate completeness of absolute truth. Krishna is absolute. No one is Bhagavan. Only Krishna is Bhagavan. Of course, sometimes we may say Vishnu also Bhagavan, but who is ultimate? Krishna is ultimate Bhagavan. That is being established in Krishna Sandarbha. So actually, truly speaking, these 4 Sandarbhas are describing about Lord and his potencies. And actually, this much thing is enough actually. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And whoever is serving Krishna, they will be eternally happy. They will be always happy. And they are free from all the kinds of miseries. And Krishna Loka is completely free from 3 modes. There is no Maya. And there is no influence of time. Like that we hear actually in these 4 Sandarbhas. So, actually, anyone whoever hearing these 4 Sandarbhas, that means the energies of Lord and Lord, his abode and his devotees, all these things we hear in these 4 books. After hearing, if really someone is a sober person, he should be getting automatically inspiration. What inspiration? To start establishing relationship with Krishna. And then after that, he will be getting the same state, whatever his Parshadas are getting there in the spiritual world. Golok Vrindavan, same thing he will get it. Like example, I am saying, if someone tell to you in your house. So in the ground, there is a huge treasure is there. Then after hearing this sentence, what you will do? Immediately, you will dig it and get it. Did anyone say to you? So do you need someone to instruct you to dig and get it? Is it needed? Someone has to say that you are a poor man and you have to dig it, and you are a poor man, and suffering that suffering will go out by this kind of treasure. So that's why to remove your suffering, you have to dig it and get it. Is it needed? No. Only for dull-headed people, we need to instruct like this. Oh, you are poor man and your poverty will go away by getting this treasure. So for that sake, so you have to do now digging. That means what? If even anyone, a sober person, if anyone here, a beautiful energies of the Lord and Lord's state, they automatically get attraction to start establishing relationship with Lord. Yes. Okay. There is no need to specifically instruct him. You need to establish, and then you will be getting the Krishna Prem. Is it not necessary actually? But still, for dullness of the people, because of dullness of the people, Shastra always instruct us by saying that what it is saying. It is saying, oh my dear audience, I mean, this Shastra is also Lord is giving out of his causeless mercy. He's saying that this Shastra is telling about our problem. So it is telling about our problem, and also it is telling what is the solution. Like example, so telling to that person, in example, telling to the person, you are a poor man, you don't have money, because of this poverty you are suffering. So to remove the suffering, so to remove your poverty, you have to dig the treasure and get it. Like that we need to say. So similarly, Shastra is also for dull-headed people like us. It is telling about our problem. What is our problem? What is our problem? You know, our problem is, let us see. You all know what is our problem. That is our worst condition. We don't know our problems. So that's why we are very dull-headed. So Shastra is saying, is telling about the problem of us. Is telling in the, that's why Shastra is really very, out of mercy Lord gave. This Shastra is given by whom? By the Lord. For our sake, for dull-headed people like us. In that Shastra, description of Krishna is there. That is itself is sufficient. So for a sober person to do bhakti towards Krishna. But still, for dull-headed people like us, Shastra is telling about our problem, and also it is giving the solution. What is our problem? Our problem is like this. Hayam ditya biniveshitasya ईशादपेतस्य विपर्ययो स्मृति भयं द्वितीयाभिनिवेशितस्य ईशादपेतस्य विपर्ययो स्मृतिः. This is the problem. Bhayam is the problem. Then what is the solution for this? For this bhayam, you remove Tanmayayato Buddha Abhajetam Bhaktyekesham Bhaktyekayesham Gurudevatatma. It is telling our problem and then it is giving the solution also. Tanmayayato Buddha Abhajetam. Tanmayayato Buddha Abhajetam Bhaktyekayesham Bhaktya Ekaya Isham Bhaktyekayesham Gurudevatatma. So now let us understand this. From here we'll begin our journey from the discussing about our problem. So that's why even four sandarbhas are there which can definitely actually can inspire a sober person to do bhakti and get the Krishna prema. There is no need to explain Avidya and Prayojana, truly speaking. But for the dull-headed people, Shastra is also speaking about the problem of these people in the society, in the material nature, and the solution. That means what they should do for that problem to mitigate. They should do devotion. And what is the result? So love of Godhead is the result. These two things also being separately explained. So actually there is no need. But it is being explained for the whom? Tat Chaitilya Nirasaya, dullness. Heavy dullness is there. Completely ignorant. Very dull. Even after hearing about Krishna, no inspiration. So then that's why to remove this dullness and to inspire us. Hey, your problem is this. And solution is bhaktya, ekaya bhaktya, exclusive devotion. Like this, it is saying. So you can take out this sloka from here and we'll explain this. Yes, one second. Our problem is, first and foremost thing is, Ishadapetasya. Take this part. Okay. So I can't select it. It is not select. Ishadapetasya. What is the meaning of Ishadapetasya? So the meaning is like this. From the beginningless, jivatma is not having the knowledge about the paratattvam. Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamayo tad vaimukhyam. Anadi slow system. Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamaya tadu vaimukya labdha chidraya tanmayaya avruta swaswarupa gnananam tayaiva sattvarajastamomaye jade pradane rachitatma bhavanam jivanam. What is being said here? It is said here, Anadi, this is a take from here. From here, Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamaya tada vaimukhyam. This is the problem actually. This is the chidra. This is what? Labdha chidraya. Vaimukya tad labdha chidraya. Chidra is there. Chidra means lacking. Some defect. This is chidra. What is chidra? This infinite small jivatma is there. It is having some lacking. Chidra means lacking. Labdha chidra. What is lacking in that? So some Vaimukhyam is there. So what is that lacking? It's nothing but Vaimukhyam. Vimukhata. Vimukhata means turning away from absolute truth. It means, yeah. So that kind of Vimukhata is turning away. Vimukhata means turning away. From where? From Lord. That means Lord. So what is the shape of this kind of turning away means what? You may get. That means abhavamaya. Abhavamaya. Means absence. Absence of what? Sansarga bhava. Sansarga bhava means absence. Absence of what? Absence of knowledge. Knowledge about whom? Knowledge about paratattvam. Paratattvam means absolute truth. So, from when onwards, this absence is there. Absence of knowledge about the absolute truth. This from where? From when? Anadi. No? beginning. There is no beginning. That means without beginning, jivatma has what? Absence of knowledge about absolute truth. So this is this kind of without beginning, jivatma has absence of knowledge about absolute. This is nothing but what? This is nothing but this kind of absence of knowledge about absolute truth is known as what? Vaimukhyam, Vimukhata, or Vaimukhyam. Is known as Vaimukhyam. The shape of Vaimukhyam is nothing but what? Without beginning, Jivatma has absence of knowledge about absolute truth. This Vaimukhyam means turning away. Turning away means what? So Jivatma turn away from the Lord means what? It is not having the knowledge about absolute truth without beginning. Anadi means no adi. No means without. Beginning. Adi means beginning. Anadi means no beginning. That means you don't need to look for on what day Jivatma is having the absence. That day is not there. Then there is no reason also. Then you don't need to search for reason also. Because there is no beginning point. There is no beginning point at all. That is Shastra is saying. Yoga Goswami clearly saying, Anadi paratattvam jnana sansarga bhavamaya tad Vaimukya labdha chidraya. We can see this thing in other places also, Bhagavad Gita also. The 13th chapter, 20th sloka. In other places also it comes Anadi. So now this is the what? This kind of Vaimukyam is what? Lacking. Chidra. Jivatmas having such a lacking. Some lackings. That lacking is nothing but Vaimukyam. So what is the shape of that Vaimukyam? Without beginning, Jivatma has absence of knowledge about absolute truth. Now, next, since this absence is there, so what is there with that Jivatma? Tan Mayaya. What is that? Tan Mayaya Avrita Swaswarupa Gnananam. Tan Mayaya. Whose Maya? This Ishvara's Maya. Absolute truth means what you should take here? Absolute truth means Ishvara, Krishna. This absolute truth is nothing but what? Krishna. That we can see in beginning books, 4 books we have seen, especially 4th book. So that means Ishvara. He is Ishvara, he is only absolute truth. So he is Krishna's what? Maya. Krishna is also having Maya. His Maya. So what it is doing? This Maya is having the 2 potencies. What are those potencies? Wow. Avidya and Vidya. Using these 2 potencies, especially now using Avidya. Maya, whose Maya? Krishna's Maya. That what it is doing? It is covering this Jivatma. Why it is covering? Labdha Chidraya. Jivatma is having absence of knowledge, without knowledge about absolute truth, without beginning. Because of that, Maya is covering this jivatma with its avidya. So then what happens? Of course, this jivatma is the chit, is a particle, is a chit padartha. This is chit padartham. Means it is transcendental object. It is not out of modes. It's not out of sattva, rajas, and tamas. It's a transcendental particle. And also it is having bliss, satchit ananda. And also it is having the knowledge. It's full of knowledge. It's full of bliss. And it is also having ahamta. That means sense of I. It is also having sense of I. That means it can feel I. That means I am I. It can feel. Aham bhavata is there. Aham bhava. Aham means I-ness. Aham bhava means I-ness. It can feel, it can sense of himself I. This pen cannot feel sense of I. It cannot feel sense of I. That means I, because it's inert material. But this particle is having sense of I. Next, yeah. Now when it is covered with the avidya, even it is having the ability to feel himself as atma. I means here, can feel himself as atma. It can know himself as atma. But when it is covered with the avidya, so then what is happening? It is not able to know himself as soul. Wow. So what? Mayaya vrita swaswarupa gnanam. Mayaya vrita swaswarupa gnananam. All these jivas being covered by the Maya's avidya are not able to know himself. What he is not able to know himself as I am soul. Then the same Maya, Tayaiva, that means that same Maya is doing what? It is doing some other work. It is also covering Jivatma with the various layers. Various layers. It is covering this Jivatma with various layers. What? False ego, dur ahankara. It is also giving false ego. And it is giving the chittam. It is covering with the different layers. And intelligence. Then mind and senses. And gross body. Also gross body. And anyway, this whole external world is there, which is full of sense objects. They are also covering Jivatma. They are also covering Jivatma. Externally, they are covering. These are all what? Sense objects. So like this, oh my God, this is a small particle, Jivatma, is covered by the how many layers? First, Maya is covering with Avidya. This is Avidya. Avidya is made up of mode of ignorance. Because of that, first of all, it forgot who is he. Who is he? He is soul. So that he forgot. But it is not having the knowledge about the absolute truth. That is the main problem. Na? Since it is not having the knowledge about absolute truth, that's why Maya is able to catch. If this particle inherently, if it is having the knowledge about the absolute truth, Can Maya can cover that? Jivatma? That Jivatma cannot be covered. Jivatma is covered by Maya means it is not having any knowledge about the Lord. Otherwise, even after having the knowledge about the Lord and it is having that means every complete knowledge, I am the part and parcel of Krishna and I am the servant. Everything if that is existing in that, then how Maya can cover? Maya cannot. It's impossible. So that's why when this Jivatma turn towards the Lord and if try to know about his relationship, that means but competent it is enough to become servant of the Lord, but it is not having the knowledge of that. Like you are also having the competency to become prime minister, but now you have no knowledge that you are prime minister. So then what one should do? One should inspire you. Hey, you are future prime minister and do these things. Then you will become prime minister. Then you did and you became prime minister. Now you have, yes. But being a citizen of India, you have competency to become prime minister because any citizen who took birth in India, so and having age more than 18, he is competent to become prime minister. But that doesn't mean that he is prime minister. Every Jivatma is competent to become a servant of the Lord. It doesn't mean that now it is servant. Then all the Jivatmas are servants. Huh? All the citizens of India are the prime ministers. No. You can't call everyone is prime minister. You can't call every Jivatma is now servant. It is competent. Constitutionally, it is there. Constitutionally, everyone can become prime minister or chief minister, anything. You can compete for any post in this in India. In democracy. Similarly, every Jivatma being part and parcel of the Lord, it is competent to become servant of the Lord. But now, if it is already servant, it is having such a consciousness, I am servant of the Lord. Can Maya cover them? It cannot cover. Avidya can cover? It cannot cover. If still it is covering means what? That means Maya is so powerful. Huh? Avidya is so powerful. Then that consciousness, I am servant of the Lord, such a consciousness also can be covered by the Avidya. Then what is the role of the having that consciousness? So that's why what is said here, Jiva Goswami is saying, Anadi paratattva jnana sansarga bhavamaya tadu vaimukya labdha chidraya. Sansarga bhavamaya jnana sansarga. That means it is having the absence. Okay. So sansarga bhavamaya means atyanta bhava. You can take as atyanta bhava means absence. In the Nayayika's words, it is from samsarga bhava. You might be thinking what is meaning of samsarga bhava. So, atyanta bhava you should take. Prag bhava, pradyansa bhava, atyanta bhava, anyonya bhava. Like that 4 abhavas are there. Their first 3 abhavas are known as sansarga bhava. There you should take what? Atyanta bhava you can take. Jivatma is having, that means in your house, there is no pot. Then you say, in my house, there is absence of pot. Similarly, Jivatma is having what? Sansarga bhavamaya. That means it is having sansarga bhava. Means it is having absence of what? Jnana. About whom? Paratattvam. When onwards? Without beginning. A beginning, no. There is no beginning means then can you find any reason? No reason. If there is no beginning means what happened on that day and why it is here? Can you ask like that? Already it is saying no beginning, then why you are asking? On that day, what happened? Which day? Why you are putting beginning by saying on that day? There is no on that day, on that instant, on that time. No. No beginning means no beginning. That's all. Chapter close. No questions there. Chupchap, idhar se aage badhna hai. Just to go, move forward. Jivatma is having absence of knowledge about supreme truth, absolute truth. This is a lacking. Because of that, Maya is covering with its avidya. Then Jivatma is not able to know, even it is ability having the ability to know himself as soul. Now it is like example, our eyes. Our eyes are covered by darkness. Let us assume, like avidya is like equal to darkness. And eyes you can take in the place of eyes. You can take soul. So when our eyes are covered with the darkness, can we see? We can't see anything. But can you say then eyes are defective? Eyes are having the darkness has stealing the visibility of the jivatmas. Darkness is stealing any inherent nature of the eyes, inherent powers of the eyes. No, it is just covering, but it is not stealing. Similarly, jivatma's ability, that means jivatma's knowledge is stolen here. I am soul. This kind of knowledge is stolen away from the jivatma. No, it is covered, not stolen. Like in your house, there is a pot is there. Someone came and he just on that pot he put a one big cloth. Can you say now he has stolen your pot? And can you put a case in the court? People will beat you. Why? Where did he steal? Your pot is in your house only, but it is just covered. Similarly, Jivatma means Maya is doing anything wrong for Jivatma? No. It is just covering it. Is it stealing anything from Jivatma? It is not stealing anything. If you are staying in the darkness and if you are not able to see objects, can you put a case on darkness? Oh, my eyes are stolen by this darkness, and my dear Lord, my dear justice, please give punishment to this darkness. Will you say like that? Will you ask like that? No. What people will say? Are a fool. Just go wherever there is light. Why you are staying in the darkness? Similarly, so there nobody is going to. Similarly, there is no mistake of Maya. Is there any mistake? Do you need to give any punishment to Maya? No need to give any punishment. She is not taking anything from you. Because you have absence of the knowledge about the love. Absolute truth. Get it? Then there is no Maya covering. That means getting knowledge about the absolute truth is known as Sanmukhata, Sammukhyam. Vaimukhyam, you understood? Absence of the knowledge about absolute truth is known as Vaimukhyam. What is Sammukhyam? Sammukhyam means having or gaining knowledge about 80 absolute is known as Sammukhyam. This is Sammukhyam. And this is Vaimukhyam. All the jivas having this Sammukhyam, Vaimukhyam, absence. So that's why Maya is covering with that jivatma with avidya. Then jivatma is not able to know his soul. Then on the top of jivatma, Maya is giving false ego. Because of this false ego, what is happening? Oh my God, this jivatma which forgot himself, it is now because of false ego is identifying himself as chitta sometimes himself as intelligence, sometimes himself as mind, sometimes himself as senses, sometimes himself as grass body. That means because of this false ego, jivatma, the covered jivatma is getting what? False sense of I. False sense of I. Is getting the false sense of I. That means I am towards what? Towards chittam, towards intelligence, towards mind, towards senses, sometimes towards grass body. Like example, if this jivatma which forgot himself, if it get the false sense of I towards the grass body, then what that jivatma will think? the qualities of gross body is claimed on himself, then this jivatma claims that I am fatty, I am fatty, I am thin, I am big, I am small, I am short. Hey, bigness, shortness, length, all this belongs to whom? It belongs to Ba. So body. But because of this false sense towards the gross body, what happened? So what are the properties of gross body are claimed on this jivatma? Thinking. But it's thinking, but it's not. By just thinking others things are yours, will it become yours? No, nah. Like your neighbor is having some lot of big building or big nice car. Just you are thinking this car is mine. Will it become yours? No. So fatness is there for the gross body. Just this jivatma, of course, it is a pure and it is. This jivatma is always pure. Remember that. And but it is only covered, but it is not contaminated. Jivatma is not contaminated. So now this jivatma is thinking the properties or qualities of the body as his own. Then whose problem? So will it get that properties on it just by thinking? No. It's not getting. Sometimes the jivatma is thinking the happiness and sorrow. When you eat laddu, you'll be getting happiness. When you get hit by some injury, when you get an injury, then you are getting the pain. So pain and pleasure belongs to whom? Pain and pleasure belongs to mind. So when this jivatma is getting the false sense of I towards the mind, then it can think that the false, that means qualities, pleasure and pain, which are actually belongs to the mind. When you eat laddu, if you get pleasure, where it is coming? It is coming in the mind, not in the soul. There is no transformation in the soul. That means soul is always avyayam. That means no change. So these pleasure and pain are where? These variations are where it is there. It is there in the mind. So now jivatma, because of false sense towards the mind, it is thinking that I am happy and I am sorrow. I am unhappy, like that. So like this, what it is doing? It is getting false identification towards the realities, pain, pleasure, profit, loss, and so victory and loss. All these dualities which are generally belongs to chittam, intelligence, mind and senses. It is thinking this jivatma is because of these things, because of avidya and because of false ego, thinking those are all his own properties. Ditiya abhiniveshitaha. So what is happening in this sloka? When Ishadapetasya means jivatma is having absence, Vaimukhyam, that means absence of knowledge about absolute. Because of that, what happened? So Maya is covering this jivatma with avidya. That means jivatma is forgetting himself. That means asmrutihi. This you should take. Jivatma is forgetting himself. That is asmrutihi, forgetting himself. Next what? Viparyayaha. That means it is getting the wrong identification. That is due to what? That is due to false ego. Wrong identification. Wrong or false sense of I. Viparya. That means, first of all, it is forgetting himself. Asmritihi. That means no remembrance. Then on top of what? Viparyayaha. Viparya means what? It is getting so false sense of I. And on top of that, what it is getting? So viparya, that means viparya means wrong, false sense of I getting. Because of false sense of I, what it is thinking? It is thinking the qualities of the mind as his own. That means dvitiya abhinivesha. Dvitiya means dualities. Dualities belongs to whom? Mind. Pain and pleasure belongs to whom? Mind. That means whatever the dualities, and like now senses feel hot and cold. So hot and cold is felt through the senses. Now this hotness and cold is felt by senses, but now falsely it claims that jivatma, because of false ego, this cold is coming to him and heat is coming to him, like that. All the dualities, jivatma is pure, of course it is a pure, but it is claiming all the dualities as his own. This is known as Dvitiya Abhinivesha, means entering into, Abhinivesha means entering into dualities or claiming dualities, simply claiming dualities as his own. As this example, you can give an example like this. Someone did a mistake and he is given by punishment by police, and because of that punishment that person is crying. Now some third person is thinking that he did mistake and he is getting the pain and he is crying. He is getting pain, like that he is thinking. So then what is we say? It is like that. This jivatma is pure, but anything is done by what? Anything is done by false ego, chittam, intelligence, mind, senses. So all the things, prakrute gunai kriyamanani karmani prakrute kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. All the activities are done by all these things. These are all part of prakriti. But now, and it is doing karma and pleasure also, pain and coming to the body. But falsely this jivatma is claiming as his own, he is a doer, ahankara vimudatma, being influenced by this false ego. Why it is influenced by false ego? Because it is covered by the avidya. Why it is covered by the avidya? Because of Vaimukhyam, because of absence of the knowledge. Try to understand this sloka. If you don't understand this sloka, then it is difficult to you to explain. It is difficult for me to explain to you the other things. Understand the root problem. Okay? So this Vaimukhyam is there. That means absence of knowledge is there. That's why covered by the Avidya. So this is a phenomenon actually. You are seeing now everything is matching with the slokas words or not. First asmriti, that is because of jivatma is covered by the Avidya, forgetting himself. Next viparya smriti. On the top of that, Maya is giving false ego. Because of that false ego, this jivatma is considering falsely. It is getting the false sense of I towards the material, subtle and gross bodies. And then after that, jivatma is entering into the claiming the dualities of the body as his own. And then what that? Because of claiming of that, what it is getting? It is getting bhayam. Baba bhayam, fear. So fear is created. So, and it is getting fear also. Fear is also for property of mind only. And it is thinking this fear is now, is with me. So then how to make this jivatma himself as so, how to make this jivatma to know himself as jivatma. And also truly he is not belongs to this body and it is truly belongs to the Lord. How to do that? How? That means it should get, what is the main lacking in this jivatma? Absence of the knowledge about absolute truth. Paratattva gnanam is not there. Now, to gain paratattva gnanam, this jivatma to gain paratattva gnanam, what it should do? Tan mayayato buddha abhajetam. Tan mayaya. Tan mayaya ataha. Buddha abhajetam. This maya, which is now is facilitating, so to forget himself and to claim others as himself. So who is doing maya? And that maya belongs to whom? Oh, so if this maya belongs to whom, you should worship that person. With pure bhakti, you should worship him. Guru. So that's the intelligent person. Buddha, what he will do? He will worship So this Maya's master. And what is the main problem of this jivatma? Lacking of the knowledge, absence of the knowledge about absolute truth. That absence now will be removed by what? By reviving, by doing bhajan, by doing worship towards absolute truth. Then this jivatma will be gaining. Will be gaining what? Will be gaining the knowledge about absolute truth. Like this, it is going to gain. It is gaining the knowledge. But for that, what it should do to gain the knowledge, to remove its main problem, what it should do? It should worship Lord. So that it can, that means absence of knowledge about absolute truth will be out. You'll be gaining the knowledge about the absolute truth because of the bhajan. That's gaining knowledge is also known as what? Gaining knowledge about absolute truth is also known as what? Vaimukhyam. That means by doing bhakti, what is happening? Sanmukhata is coming. That means gaining of knowledge about absolute truth is happening. So that's the intelligent people. Buddha, what it should do? He should do exclusively devotion. And how he should see Guru? He should see his Guru as Supreme Personality of God. Guru Devatatma. Okay. So I think you are all still alive or sleeping.
Yes, Prabhu.
You are there, you are all. Yes.
We are all there, Prabhu.
Bangalore devotee is also there.
Yes, Prabhu. We are there.
Yes.
Prabhu, we are there.
Yeah. Wow, night studies very good in the mode of ignorance. Tough subject matter is also very tough, but fantastic. But Bangalore devotees, they have habit. They have their mind works even in the night time also because they do work for office companies. Night, anytime they can work. Their intelligence can work anytime. Okay, that's okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Huh. Yes.
Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, you said night, mode of ignorance, but you should, we also remember those days where you taught us how to get up before 3 a.m. in the morning in India, when you took Mahabharat, first Parva, and you made the whole world, because they were all international students. पूरा दुनिया को घुमाया, इंडिया वाले को भी घुमाया, और 3 बजे के पहले you taught us how to get up for the class. And that was the mode of goodness. So this is just
We work in all extreme times. So, okay.
yeah. So thank you, Prabhuji.
So next, so try to understand all of you. And yeah, this is the problem. You understood, and also you understood solution. Problem is lacking or the absence of knowledge about absolute truth. Then how to get that? So by doing bhajan. Bhajan of whom? Bhajan of that absolute truth. Bhaktya. What kind of bhajan? Exclusive bhajan. Ekaya bhaktya. That means Shastra is telling, hey, jivatma, this is your problem and this is the solution. It's telling. Actually, intelligent person, what he will do? Intelligent person, just by hearing Krishna's glories, oh, wow, Krishna is so glorious. I also want that. Like if you hear about some person who is very rich and very powerful, after hearing what you will do, immediately you try to, अरे उस बंदा से कैसे हम लोग संबंध बनाएंगे? बोलो यार, मित्रता करेंगे तो उससे करना है, ऐसा सोचेंगे या नहीं? ऐसा जैसे स्कूल में नया नया एक कोई आया तो एकदम बढ़िया है, एकदम इंटेलिजेंट, कुछ भी बोलेंगे तो कुछ भी पढ़ा पाएगा, कुछ भी प्रश्न पूछेंगे तो समाधान दे, He can give answer to anything. So if you come, and also he is having a lot of knowledge, lot of goodness, kindness, everything. Then what? After hearing, we do start being friendship partner. Is it anyone need that to tell to you? No. Similarly, just first four sandarbhas are describing. So Shastra, if you describe about the Lord, so that is sufficient actually. Siddha Upadesha. Upadesha is inbuilt in that. If Lord is nicely described. So whenever you see the descriptions of the Lord, you should get the inspiration to get him also. Whenever you get there's a treasure in your house, you'll be getting the inspiration to gain that also. If that is not getting, means we are so dull. So such a for dull persons, this Shastra is doing what? Is explaining problem. What is the problem? Yes. Ishad apetasya viparyayo smritihi vayam ditiya viniveshitasyat. And also it is telling solution. So all these jivatmas are where? Where these jivatmas are lying? These jivatmas which are covered with avidya. Apart from that, these jivatmas are also covered with what? Karma. Karma also is with it. So how much karma is there? When onwards this karma is there. When onwards this karma is with this jivatma. Like how jivatma is anadi. Lacking or absence of knowledge about absolute truth is also anadi. Avidya is also anadi. Karma is also anadi. No beginning. जब नो बिगिनिंग बोला गया तो क्या है उसमें नो नीड टू आस्क एनीथिंग नो बिगिनिंग बाबा इफ बिगिन होते तब आप पूछो क्यों बिगिन हुआ क्या कारण है बिगिनिंग नहीं हुआ बोलते तो अभी क्या कारण पूछना है सो कोई कारण पूछने की जरूरत ही नहीं जब बिगिनिंग नहीं हुआ तो कैसा कारण पूछे हाँ उस दिन क्या हुआ करके स्टार्ट करेंगे क्या उस दिन क्या हुआ बोलेंगे माने बिगिनिंग लगा रहे हैं हम बोल रहे बिगिनिंग नहीं है शास्त्र इज सेइंग दैट नो बिगिनिंग यू वांट टू पुट बिगिनिंग व्हाट इज दिस So no beginning means finish, no questions there. Okay. So then it is with the karma. Is all jivatmas without any beginning or without beginning, no beginning. Or where they are? They are in the transcendental body of the Lord. Who is that Lord? Mahavishnu. Where he lives? He lives on other side of Virija, the river Virija. In the material world, he manifests. This is also Mahavishnu is also Purusha Avatara of the Lord Krishna. Krishna's Purusha Avatara. Jagruhe Paurusham Rupam. Krishna's Purusha Avatara. Jagruhe Paurusham Rupam Bhagavan Mahadadibihi. Lord Krishna only manifests this Mahavishnu form for what purpose? Lokas Isrukshaya. When he get the desire to create so many lokas. That means Mahavishnu form is also eternally is there. But it is manifested and unmanifested by Krishna. And where he is? This Purusha Avatara, where he is in the material world. This is a Viraja, transcendental river. This side. And this side is material world. Black water is material. And yellow, this is spiritual. In his body, all the jivas are there. How many? Countless jivas which are covered with the avidya. Jivas covered with avidya and karma. Jivas covered with the avidya and karma, where they are lying? They are lying in Mahavishnu. Countless, innumerable. Whenever this Mahavishnu desires, Ekoham bahusyama. I am alone now. Let me become many. Like that, whenever he does sankalpa, then from him what comes out? From him prakriti comes out. Whenever he desired to become many, immediately prakriti came. And he glances on that with his beautiful glances. When it falls on this prakriti, what will happen? All the jivas are entering into prakriti. Jivas are entering into the prakriti. Jivas which are covered with avidya and karma. Jivas which are covered with karma and avidya. That means jivatma is not able to know who is he because of this avidya. And apart from that, it is also having karma. Okay. So, such a jivas, when he glances, are entering into prakriti. And this prakriti is producing what it is doing. It is producing 23 elements. Sometimes people they call 24 elements. Also, okay, no problem. What are those elements? It is producing one after another. Actually, not at a time coming from prakriti. One after another they come. So what they come, it gives mahat. It gives mahat and ahankara, means ego, and 5 sense objects, 5 gross elements, 5 working senses, 5 knowledge senses, 5 knowledge senses, and mind, one mind, and sometimes one intelligence. Total how many? 1, 2, 4, 5, 22, mind, 23, intelligence, 24. These 24 elements are produced ultimately from Prakriti, and these elements are forming thousands and thousands of Brahmandas. Wow! These elements are cause for formation of thousands and thousands of Brahmandas, which are where they are lying. They are lying on the body of, on the hair. Lord Mahavishnu's body is having a lot of hair. On that hair, these Brahmandas are lying. Wow. Such a huge body Lord is having. And he is having such a big, big hair. And on that hair, such a huge Brahmanda is just like a dust particle in front of that body. Like in our body, sometimes dust particles are lying on our head. Like that, and this Brahmandas. That much huge, actually, Mahavishnu. So, like this, Brahmandas are formed. Brahma Anda. So, big, big Andas. That's eggs. So, then the same Lord is entering into that. Entering into that each and every Brahmanda. In the form of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. He is entering in the form of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. After entering there, he is seeing, oh, this Brahmanda is having the emptiness. Of course, this Brahmanda is having the chunk. This Brahmanda is having chunk of 24 elements. It is also having the chunk of 24 elements. Because that elements chunk also is there, and this Brahmanda is also made up of 24 elements. So Lord is entering and seeing the empty, and he is filling this Brahmanda. Half of that Brahmanda is filled with his bodily sweat. By using his sweat, he is filling. After filling that, so what happens? He's lying there. And he's keeping this chunk in his stomach through his navel. And after 1,000 years, what happens? After 1,000 years from that navel, 1,000 celestial years, from that what is coming? You see what is coming. This is Garbhodak Sai Vishnu you brought here. Brought him here. We brought him here. Yes. We brought here. Let us keep here. Only for easy understanding we brought. To make diagram nice. From his novel, so certain point of time, after 1,000 years, one lotus came. Lotus came. This is lotus. My lotus is nice. Should be nice. So in that Brahmanda, in that lotus who appeared, 4 heads Brahma. 1, 2, 3. 4 head wala Brahma. So Brahmaji. Maji. Okay. And there is Virat. There is actually an important point. This Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is also having thousands of Sahasra Sirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. All thousands of hands, thousands of legs, thousands of heads is having. Similarly, Karnano Sai Vishnu, Mahavishnu also having thousands of legs, hands. And now, so that's why from this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's novel, who is appearing? His novel is appearing. Hey, Virat, material Virat Purusha, who is made from these 24 elements, because it is only kept inside, and that only came out after 1,000 years, which is made up of 24 elements. And but he is having the same way the hands and legs, the same way how Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu have the shape, the same shape came, but it is material shape. But Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is transcendental. But from him, which is coming, which is made up of out of 23 elements or 24 elements, it is known as what? It is known as, it is in the stem of this novel, and it is known as Virat Purusha. Virat. Virat Purusha. Material, but this form is out of 24 elements. So that's why it is what? It is material form. This material form is exactly replica is like Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. It is material. And 14 planetary system is also situated where? On his head, Satyaloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Swargaloka, Bhurloka, Bhuloka, in that Bhuloka, Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. Like this, so many lokas are there. Ultimately, yes, this Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is lying in water, Garbhodaka ocean. Okay. So then this Brahmaji, what he does? He picks up. Actually, these jivas, where it went? In the Mahavishnu body, jivatmas are covered with the Avidya and karma. They entered into Prakriti. After that, they entered into all these 23 elements. Now, using these 23 elements, 24 elements, Brahmandas are formed. That means jivas are also which are covered with the avidya and so karma, they are distributed to all these brahmandas. So that means they are now in the brahmanda. So now this chunk, that means they are in this chunk. Now they are kept in where? The Garbhodaksa Vishnu body. Now they came out from Garbhodaksa Vishnu form in the form of so lotus stem. So now they are all in this lotus. They are in lotus. Jivas, which are covered with the avidya and also having accompanied with karma, anadi karma. They are where they are now. They are in lotus. Lotus. So then Brahmaji, what he does? He is taking every jivatma and seeing the karma. Oh, this jivatma is ready to become fit to become prajapatis. Okay, make them prajapatis. Kardam Muni, make him Kardam Muni, make him Swayambhu, make him so Angirasa, Atri, like that. Various so prajapatis are created and various this jivatma is ready to become completed to become Indra, let him become Indra. So Indra post is given to that jivatma. Like this, all these 14 planets are filled with the jivas which are given with the various bodies, trees, reptiles, asuras, rakshasas, devatas, kinneras, kimpurushas, bhuta, preta, pishachi, prajapatis, manushas, like this. Many 84 lakhs of species are created and distributed to different planets. There are 14 planets. In these 14 planets, as per their karma, given suitable body and kept in these 14 planets. And now they are being there. You and me are like this. Oh my dear, what is the root problem? Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhavamaya tad vaimukya labdha chidraya tanmaya avruta swaswarupa gnanana tanmaya avruta swaswarupa. Oh my dear jivatma, what you are doing, man? Huh? What you are doing? You are working in the office. You are feeling tired, feeling difficulty, which is your real problem. You are debugging so many bugs in your code, but you are not debugging real problem. Try to debug your real problem and try to find the solution. Our bug is what? What bug is there? Labdha chidra. What is the chidra? Paratattva gnana sansarga bhava maya abhava. Paratattva gnana sansarga. Anadi paratattva gnana sansarga bhava maya tad vaimukya labdha chidraya. This is the difference. Okay, we debug so much code, but we don't debug code. And like this, they are given with the different bodies in these 14 planetary systems and doing various activities and earning karma. The jivatmas are how then they turn towards the Lord. Tan mayayato buddha apajetam bhaktyekayesham guru devatatma. So this jivatma, you are all expecting. Shastra is expecting this jivatma should turn towards the Lord and worship Him. So how it can turn? Who is going to turn them? Who is going to tell about? Who is going to tell about? Who is going to tell them about the supreme absolute truth? How Sanmukhata can be achieved in them? This we are going to discuss in the next class, tomorrow's class. Okay, kindly hear this. And any questions? Yes, Ravindra Sajku.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I'll have to see the diagram
Okay.
from the beginning, if possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, over here, there is no question. Put the scrolling down, please. इसके ऊपर थोड़ा सा ऊपर, हाँ. This, you said that all these, the jivatmas and all, they enter into this Mahavishnu, you said? I think, yeah.
Not entering, they are there, they are.
Yeah. So
I
why
didn't say
my question is that when they enter
Yeah.
into this Mahavishnu, they are covered with two things that you have already shown
When
here.
they are enter, who said they enter? I said that there is no entering. They are there from the Anadi. Why you are saying entering? I didn't say they are entering to the Mahavishnu.
No,
I said that where these Jivatmas are there, they are there in Mahavishnu.
No, at the time of Pralay.
Then it is good.
Yeah.
So when these Brahmandas are
Yeah.
smashed out, they
Yeah.
all turn into the Prakriti,
Yeah.
and Jivatmas which came out from the Mahavishnu, like
Yeah.
they came out like this,
Yeah.
they go back like this.
Yeah. So when
And
the
Prakriti
Jivatma,
also go back.
yeah, so when the Jivatma and the Prakriti goes into Mahavishnu, and you are the Jivatma which are entering into Mahavishnu, they are covered, you have already shown here, by red color karma and avidya. So
Yes.
my question here is that, of course, they are entering without the gross body, because the gross body is already left out.
Yeah, Prakriti. It came from Prakriti, it gone into Prakriti.
Yeah. So the gross, they are entering without the gross body. They are just entering as into karma, as covered with karma and avidya. So,
Yes.
so when again the creation takes place, that is when the when Lord wants to enjoy.
Ekoham Bahusyama. When he wants to become many.
And he wants to enjoy it and go to sleep somewhere else. He wants to
Yes,
shift,
yes. New place.
New place.
Yes.
He wants to shift his position. Yeah. And that
Yeah.
also for a second, he will go there, sleep, and then he'll be, after 1 second, he'll come back. That you have taught us.
Yeah.
And that 1 second is equal to billions and trillions of years. Yeah.
Brahmaji's years, our years, yes.
So my question here is that when the creation takes place, so then I'll just on my video. Yeah. When the creation takes place, then Brahmandas are coming out of the skins and pores, and they are settling on the head of this thing. So there are many and billions of Brahmandas. So how will the Prakriti come to know that how much proportion should go to each Brahmanda? Because
Lord's Gnana Shakti also enters into Prakriti when he glances. So that will guide the Prakriti.
So Gyan Shakti, okay. And the next question was that those
Kriya
jivas.
Shakti and Gyan.
Yeah. And the next question was that those jivas which have entered into Mahavishnu at the time of Pralay and which are now coming out, suppose there are example of Brahman A, Brahman B, Brahman C. Of course, there are billions, but I'm just saying 3 of that, A, B, C. So will that the one who has entered from Brahman A, that jiva which has entered from Brahman A into Mahavishnu and now is coming out at the time of creation again, will he go back to Brahman A, or he can also shift to Brahman B or C?
Hey, it's too much. It's not your business. This is engineering.
I've been thinking this from so many years. No one has not got the answer.
So proportionately, which Brahmanda, which jivas having the suitable connections with the, like the jiva should have wife for this many years with these qualities. So Lord is having such a huge processing inside, and all appropriate jivas will become in future at one Brahmanda, so that the karma can be served with the others' karma appropriately. That much heavy process that is. It's unbelievable and unestimatable process is going to happen.
Fantastic.
The Lord. It's beyond our scope. But we are using a small portion of the intelligence which is coming out from the huge. Actually, this is a huge intelligence is created. Actually, intelligence huge is created, and which is shared to the millions and millions and millions of jivas. In that one jivatma, we are given with the little intelligence, and with that we are understanding. With this little intelligence, we want to understanding the process which created this intelligence. Hey, this is no. This is not possible.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So, any questions from Bangalore devotees? Yes, Jugal Kishore Prabhu.
Prabhu, thank you very much. So one question on when Lord as a Garbhadaksha ocean is lying there, and after 1,000 years, there is a emanation of the lotus. So is there any particular the reason for that 1,000 celestial year? And
Like
is
the
that
10 months of the birth to give for the baby in mother, like
Uh-huh.
that, to form that chunk into the Virat Purusha, it takes that much time.
Okay?
With that
And
chunk initially in the male and female, when have the intercourse, the liquids are merged and they form as a small egg, and that will take 9 to 10 months to develop a baby with hands, legs, eyes. Similarly, this chunk, 24 element chunk, will take that many years to become a developed Virat Purusha.
Okay. And this 1,000 celestial year is always constant, or it may vary again from
Like
Brahman?
maybe, so sometimes 9 months, 9.5 months, 10 months, like that.
Okay. Little variation.
Yeah. Yes. But we say generally 9 months is the time
Yeah.
period. Like
Yes,
that.
right. And one clarity, Prabhu, when we talk about Virat Rupa, and then we also hear from Bhagavad Gita 11th chapter about Vishwarup. So that Vishwarup and this Virat Rupa, they both are same, or this is a conceptual form, and that Krishna has demonstrated Vishwarupa, which is similar to this. How do we understand that, Prabhu?
Krishna showed Ekena Amshena that we see in the 10th chapter Vibhuti Yoga. So one Amsha only, Lord is having all these Vibhutis. The 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Vibhutis are explained. So I am this, I am that, I am that. All these are my Vibhutis, and I all these are manifested with my one Amsha. That one Amsha is nothing but what? Maha Vishnu. So Mahavishnu. Karnano Sai Vishnu, or otherwise Mahavishnu. I wrote. So Mahavishnu. So that's why this one Amsha of the Krishna is Mahavishnu. It is just a partial, is his part and parcel. Swa Amsha of the Krishna is Mahavishnu, and this form is showed. Actually, this form is also having the thousands of hands and legs. So like Garbhodak Vishnu. So when Lord gave the Divya Chakshu, that means initially Arjuna is having the Madhuri Rasa. That means his eyes are habituated to see beautiful form. That's a transcendental Krishna form who is in the Golok Vrindavan. So now to downgrade that eyes. So Divya Chakshu, that means downgrading his eyes ability to see the huge form, this Aishwarya form. This form was shown actually, this Mahavishnu form. And in his body, in his Roma Kupa, one Brahmanda is there. In that Brahmanda, so Arjuna has seen even the material Viratas. Both he has seen. Okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Any other questions from anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhuji.
Wait, Mataji, I didn't ask your name. You should raise the hand. And Padmavalli Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhu. I accept my humble obeisances.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Actually, when I was listening to one of the ISKCON devotees class, they were saying that when the child, when this Atma is in the mother's womb, like when it is developing, it starts praying to the Lord, saying that, "Oh Lord, please help me come out. And I will pray, I will definitely do service and become your bhakta." But when the Atma is covered with this avidya from Anadi, as you said, like how it will know the Lord at that particular point of time?
That means
Or
previously,
I did not understand it properly.
in
Maybe.
previous life, it got the association of some sadhu came to me. That is the meaning it should take. It's not that
Okay.
every jivatma is praying in the above the mother. So, oh my Lord, I will go. They are not doing, every jivatma is not doing. Only few jivatmas are doing. Of course, there, Sukadev, there Vidura and Maitreya. Maitreya is explaining, so in generally about jivatma, but suddenly he mix. So jivatmas, he mixed the story belongs to so bhakta jivatmas in the previous life who did some sadhana. So those jivatma story he started saying. But actually context is general jivatma is being explained. So as a side point he is saying. So there you should take some jivatmas who got association of devotees, they do pray. Some who got association of the jnanis, they say that, my dear Lord, so my dear absolute truth, Brahman, I will merge into you. They say like that. And who got the association of yogis, oh my dear Paramatma, I will definitely serve. So I want to realize. And those jivatmas who didn't get any kind of these sadhus, they say they will be remembering their 100 years of karma and getting the fear. And they started jumping here and there. Oh my God, this much karma I should once again suffer. And that's why some jivas who are so getting like this. That means they get symptom of fear because of their remembering actually. The torture they got for last 100 lifetimes. That our every jivatma is not equally feeling. No. Okay.
But they will not be knowing what to do because they don't have sadhu sansarga. Am I correct?
Not knowing. They got already, that's why they are doing. If they don't know karmis, they don't know sadhus. Sadhus association is not there, that's why they are not knowing what to do. But remaining, they got already association. That's why they are doing, they are saying that I will do this practice.
Yeah. And karmis who don't know, who don't have the sadhus and the sansarga, they don't understand why they are suffering. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes.
And this atma will be there with the subtle body always.
Means what?
Will
What
it
is the
be
meaning of
detached?
always?
Always in the sense after death, will atma be separated from the subtle body? No, right?
Death means which death?
This body, gross body is there. A person is dying or a living entity is dying. After that, will the atma get separated from the subtle body?
Subtle body when it will be separated. And the final wind up happens there that time.
So when that particular person is being given, say for example, will it go to naraka or something like that? How that process happens actually? They will be given some body for that subtle body, and they will. I'm not able to put my point.
They will be getting
If
the
he
yatana
goes
there.
to,
After death,
that subtle body will have the yatana, right?
Yatana there.
So at that point of time, atma will be there with the subtle body. That's what is my question actually. Yes. Or will atma be separated from the subtle body?
Subtle body will be there. Okay, you don't know basics, Sumataji. You are asking very simple questions.
So, yeah. Actually, there I am stuck. Actually, the other things and all I'm able to follow what you're saying, but
you didn't read the basic books of Prabhupada. Please read that. These things will be very clear.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, you are not reading books.
Okay, Prabhu.
Alankrita Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanava Pranam, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, two questions. One is on the 24 elements. You said that there is one element called Mahat. So, if possible, can you give a little more information on that, Prabhuji? That is my first question.
Mahat.
Yeah, and I have one more question, Prabhuji.
Why you want to know Mahat? This one.
I can't see your screen. Yeah.
Mahat, you want to know?
Yes, Prabhuji. On the top, yeah.
Mahat is nothing but it's when Prakriti is having the balance of three modes, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So, because of the influence, because when Lord glances, these three modes are imbalanced. There is a imbalance in that. Then Sattva will be more. Then when Sattva is more, then Mahat is produced. So Sattva is more, and that first baby is Mahat. And from Mahat, Ahankara comes. And from Ahankara, so 5 sense objects will come. From sense objects, gross elements will come. And Ahankara is 3 types actually. From Satvika Ahankara, Rasika Ahankara, working senses will come. Also, knowledge senses. And from the Satvika Ahankara, mind will come. And intelligence will come from Rajasika Ahankara.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you, Prabhuji. And one more question. So, in the middle of the class, you said like that you also shared in some other session few tips for the devotees to rise early in the morning by 3, like that. So, if possible, can you later share those tips, Prabhuji? If may not now possible, maybe later.
Mohit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, so I had one question. So it might be my misinformation from earlier, but so like we say that Jiva is also made of Satchit Anand. So what
Yes.
is that Chit, that knowledge? Because
I am so.
yeah, and so like my previous understanding was that he already has knowledge of his relationship with God and also God. So
Then why you'll be covering with me?
yeah.
Will not be. That is not there, that side is covered.
Yeah, so Chit here means that he's soul.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Prabhuji, your tip, Mataji बोल रहे tips to get up early. You remember you told something to us
when I told Prabhu this, I forgot.
in that Mahabharat session. Mahabharat जब 3 बजे आप हमको उठाते थे, 2:30 बजे और 3 बजे start करते थे, and then you told about ठंडा दूध, cold milk. You said that get up and then you don't want to sleep back, so have little cold milk, sip it. That is the formula you told us.
Oh my God, I forgot it.
Yeah, you said have little cold milk, so that because we used to feel very sleepy at 3 o'clock in your lecture. So then you said to have cold milk. So I've been following that.
Sure.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you very much for all of you. So let us sleep. So we have to get up early. So Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Jugal Kishore Prabhu, want to say something?
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
We'll continue our journey.
Yeah, we'll continue our journey, and now we brought to the level now how the living entity goes to the next phase, that we will hear from you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Vimukata is there. Tomorrow we'll see Sanmukata, how it will come. Simple. First of all, problem we understood, then we want to give the solution.
Yes,
So,
thank you so much, Prabhu.